Cold, rainy, and somehow still fun. Yesterday, I did the Halloween Hustle Fun Run. I didn't know it was a fun run until I finished. But it was a 5K, and I wanted to check my time because I've been walking every morning, trying to get faster every day for my 50K. And so I entered it, and guess what? I was the oldest person in the race. And if you've heard my story of the 86-year-old lady in the Chicago Avenue on the Run that I did like a bunch of years ago, maybe I should tell it again. I don't know, but I was beat by an 86-year-old woman back when I was like 27, and I knew at that time that I was going to have my best days when I was old. So I was looking the night before to see how many entrance participants were in the 5K, and there were 27. So I looked real quick to see. I was the oldest person, and I was like, okay, here we go. So we started, and it was raining to start with. It was cold, it was rainy, but I wanted to go anyway because, stuff happens. And if I'm training for a 50K, like the weather could be anything at any point. Today, case in point, I walked 5 miles in the driving rain. And we got a Mickey Mouse poncho, like from Disney World, that was left with the house when we bought it. And I put that thing on, and it didn't really work. Thanks, Mickey. I was wet. I was completely soaking wet. So now I'm just like snuggling on the couch, and it feels really weird to talk to you inside the house, but it's raining, and so I can't go outside right now. I'd rather stay snuggled under a blanket. Anyway, the race yesterday. It was fun. I started out, I wanted to keep my pace and my time every really pretty even. I didn't want to like go out really fast and then crash and burn at some point. I wanted to just go solid straight. And I had my playlist, which I didn't start right away because I somehow I've lost my headphones. And I thought, well, I've got people behind me, people in front of me, and is it rude to just play music? I don't know. So those ladies behind me passed me. And then once they were past me a little ways, I thought, to heck with it. I can hear them talking. I put my music on. Well, the music is like so good. And I have a link in my description if you want to see my playlist, but there's just something about it. It just makes me happy, and I don't listen to it except for when I'm walking. And there's songs from like back in the day, songs that make me happy. Do you remember that song Switch into Glide? I don't know why that song makes me so happy when I hear it, but I'd forgotten about that song until I was putting my playlist together and it was suggested down below. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, the playlist is good. The playlist keeps me moving at a little over 15, like a 15 and a half mile minutes per mile. It's hard for me. Pace. And I think that's good. That's kind of where I wanted to be. And I was able to keep that up. So I ended up passing those ladies again. And as I was passing them, I was kind of even with them. People started coming at me from the other direction. So I actually ran 5 steps. I had planned no steps to run because running is not my thing anymore. I want to walk this, but it wasn't fair for me to let the oncoming people have to like run into the grass. So I ran to get around this group of women, and I never looked back. They were behind me the whole rest of the time. So anyway, there I was. I was pretty much walking by myself. There were people in front of me, there were people behind me, but I kind of felt like I was just out there by myself, just getting into my music and walking well. It felt good. It stopped raining, so I was able to take my hood off because that always makes me hot. And then there was a mother and a daughter in front of me. They kept being in front of me. They were in front of me for the whole rest of the way. And I would almost catch them, and then they would start running again. And then I would keep walking my very same pace, and I'd get really ready to be right. I'm going to pass you. And they'd start running again. And it was so funny to me because they reminded me of me. My very first 5K I did when we were stationed in Gitmo when I was in the Marine Corps. And I knew where my competition was. There was one girl in front of me who was really fast, and there was like no way I was going to catch her. But there was a girl behind me, and I knew that if I just stayed in front of her, I would get that second place trophy, and I did. So these people in front of me, they were making me laugh because it was reminding me of that situation back in the day. And when we got done, I told the lady about it, and she goes, "Oh, she got her PR today." I said, "Well, I like to think that, I helped her achieve that," because I did, because they wanted to stay ahead of me. Anyway, that was really fun. And on the second loop, so it was like two loops. And it was kind of cool because when you came back after the first one, they sent you the back way, the way you came. So you didn't exactly walk the same thing the same way twice, which I liked that. I appreciate that. And I just couldn't get the smile off my face because I felt so good and my music was so good. And here I was just doing it, going a nice pace, proving that I can do that pace and not like burn out, And I felt good after it. I felt good this morning when I woke up. And so it was just a really fun experience. The only thing I wish is that there were an official time in my official record. I have a little, like I knew that I wasn't going to run at all. That was my plan. And yet, you get into that competition mode and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm very competitive, and it's like, oh, I don't want to finish last. And I didn't, when I finished, I was the oldest person in the race. I think there were at least 6 people behind me that I counted. And that was exciting for me because as we were sitting in the car waiting, I told David, I said, this will probably be the first time I finished last in a race. And he goes, don't say that. And I thought, but really, I just assumed because 5K is not my distance that hey, and it was going to be okay because I wanted to walk it, and I didn't end up being last. It was great. It occurred to me too as I was getting close to the end that this is what makes a fun run because there were people who were just walking and talking with their friends. They were dressed up in Halloween costumes. It was called the Halloween Hustle. I actually had planned to bring a shower cap because I thought I'd rather not my hair get wet, and I'll bring a shower cap. And then somehow I lost my headphones and I didn't bring my shower cap, so I just did what I did. But that's what makes a fun run a fun run. You go and you laugh and you talk and you move your body and get some fresh air. And it's just a great experience. And you should check into that because it's fun and it's so worth it. I apologize for saying should. You shouldn't do anything. It's just a strong suggestion that it's like really fun. We get so caught up in doing things, oh, we're going to do this many miles this fast. We're going to lose this much weight in this much time. We're going to, we have all these structures that we're going to do. And to just like participate in a fun run for the pure joy of moving your body and being with your friends, it's just a whole different atmosphere. And so I would give it a 10 of 10, would do it again, and can strongly recommend that it would be a fun thing for you to do too. It is finally chilly in Arkansas, and I'm extremely excited to be able to walk outside in comfortable temperatures where I'm not sweating to death. I'm going to be snuggled up under a blanket today, though, and I'm going to watch people hike on a long trail on YouTube since Sunday's supposed to be my rest day. I had to jumble it all up for the 5K yesterday. Thanks for spending time with me today. If this encouraged you, give it a thumbs up and share it with another aging rebel who needs a little encouragement. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, live strong, laugh often, and shine with purpose.